All right, good evening and welcome everybody. The chapter 2 of the Elite 8 of our Malt Madness challenge involving 8 YouTube channels is underway. Last night we saw the Scotch Test Dummies up against Leanne, Scotch on the Bayou, and then followed by Jason the Mash and Drum versus Jacques the Hood Sommelier. Maybe later in the show we'll talk about who won and who's advancing, but for right now I'll leave it open. And if you want to go watch the other live stream, you can. There'll probably be some teasers coming up, or if you're watching the comments, I'm sure somebody will comment about who won last night, and we'll advance to the final 4. The 2 winners from last night on Thursday night will face off against each other next Thursday night, and the 2 winners tonight on Friday night will face off against each other next Friday night, December 9th. Tonight, first up, we've got the Bourbon Junkies, Dan from the Bourbon Junkies versus Rob, Whiskey in the 6. And the second half tonight will feature Bart from the Scotch Test Dummies facing off against Bill from the Whiskey Dictionary, or the Whiskey Dic as he's known. Scoring. Each contestant tonight has 4 samples, blind samples of our whiskeys. I selected them, poured them, sent them. I'm the only one that knows what they are. Generally, we would release a list, a Google document. When we've done these in the past, it would be up in the chat. People could pull it up. Since this challenge is for a $1,000 gift card to the winner, SMWS gift card, and a $250 gift card to second place, we decided to kind of take that out of the equation just so there was no accusations of cheating or anybody letting something slip or anything like that. So it's a little bit tougher for the observers to watch, but everybody last night had a good time, and I'm sure it'll continue tonight. So first up, he's up in Canada, the Ontario area. Is that right? Shake your head, and I haven't brought you in. Is that right? Ontario. Yeah. His claim to fame is he once thinks he saw Drake in a grocery store. He's got a channel. He's Whiskey in the 6. He goes by Rob. Rob, what's going on?
How's it going, guys? Pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Good. Glad to have you, and glad to get you involved.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited.
Yeah. Good. And from northern Michigan, not the upper part of Michigan, but if you've ever saw the movie Escanaba in the Moonlight, it's about Dan and Sean.
It literally based on patent pending trademark. I mean, I wrote half the script, come to find out hammer drunk. Weird.
You ever seen that movie?
Of course, yeah. I've been to Escanaba, actually.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Went to a wedding there. It's nothing like the movie.
That's a great movie. It's kind of got a cult following, but yeah, it's
that's an incredible that movie. And like Out Cold, it's like a newer movie. Out Cold's newer than Escanaba in the Moonlight, but Out Cold's like another one kind of like that.
All right. So you guys have 4 samples. Go ahead. You can, if you want to pour all 4 of them and let it get some air, go ahead. Just keep them in order. We're going to start with A, go B, C, and D. Score. I'll explain to everybody watching what the scoring will be. They're going to taste these samples blind. We'll go through. They're going to guess the age, the region, ABV, and then the cask type of what the whiskey was matured in. Points are awarded on those factors. We've got 2 extra credit points that we'll award that will come in handy in case of a tiebreaker. Those extra credit points will be if they can guess the flavor, SMWS flavor profile of that whiskey and the distillery. So last night we did have 1 tie that had to be broken by the extra
Really?
Credit.
Whoa.
Yep.
Was it Jason?
Jason and Jacques. Yeah,
Jason's always a problem. You like invite Jason to do something, he causes like a whole scene. Somebody's got to break it up. So real quick before you get into the rules, who's the best you've ever had on to do like a game or a blind? Who's if you were gonna say like we're gonna make a whole bracket, and then in the bracket I'm gonna choose like the number 1 seed. Who's the number 1 seed?
Well, this is the first bracket that we've done. This is by far, I mean, trying to find 8 YouTube channels that could free up, multiple nights,
sure,
commitment for that. But we're all busy. So, I mean, I appreciate everybody's commitment to be able to attempt this. In the past, we've done it like one-on-one.
Yeah.
I know Bart and I went up against the Scotch Test Dummies in the blind one time before I got hired, and Ben hosted that one. Myself and Ben went up against each other in a blind, and I don't know if there's been any others.
Well, this one is going to be tough.
Yeah.
This is going to be hard. I just know all 4 of these.
It's tough to do. It is. And I think our casks though are, our bottles at cask strength, and, outside of some distillery profiles, if you say you take a Dalmore and it's only been in a first fill ex bourbon barrel blind, even if you didn't know, you'd never know it was a Dalmore. Because the flavor profile is just so different than what you're expecting, than what you think For
sure.
I have a Kalila 12 or whatever, like the normal Kalila is. It's on like every shelf in planet Earth.
Yeah.
And when we started talking to Ben originally, he's like, yeah, we have this Kalila. And so I was like, oh, cool. I like the 12. And he's like, no, it's not. It's not like that. And I was like, I like the 12. And he's like, no. And he sends it and we drink it. I'm like, holy, like this is a whole different world. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy how much different they are. But
yeah. If everybody drinking wants to comment, Joe Combs was drinking or was going to pour 39.223 bonkers, which I went ahead and poured along with him. So that's what I'm having. If you guys are ready, go ahead and you can start tasting, start nosing, sample. Just we're doing them one at a time. So sample A first. Don't move on past that.
Okay.
We'll go through, get the answers, and tally the scores.
So real quick, just to go over it one more time, we're doing ABV, and then we're doing region.
Yep.
And we're doing cask type.
Yep.
And then what else?
Age.
Okay.
Extra credit points for the tiebreaker are guessing the flavor profile.
Okay.
And distillery.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Whoops. I'm off, Joe.
So like as soon as
I poured 39.223 bonker. Sorry about that, Joe. Go ahead, Rob.
As soon as we like say like a distillery, is it like final answer? Like that's it, you lose, like kind of thing.
Well, there's one guess, and it's it is pretty hard to do, but sometimes you just know. You're like, you can taste it, and you're like, that's a Lafroig. I know that's a Lafroig.
Right.
So once in a while, you're going to be right, but yeah, you're going to get one stab at each one, and that's one of the extra credit points. So nobody last night out of 8 whiskeys and 2 competitors each, 16 guesses. Nobody got a distillery last night. So
shocking.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
That's a really hard one.
That would be a hard one to do. So
Scotch Malt only works with just a handful. Like this is the thing is when you go look up Scotch Malt Whiskey Society codes and it's like a 7-page essay. It's like guessing the distillery. Like there have been times I've looked up turnouts or outturns, and I've looked them up to see what something was, and I'm like, I haven't even heard of like the 6 around it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And a lot of distilleries, that we have are used in blends, and they're hard to get single casks from, and it's whiskey that you've never even considered being able to find or even seen on the shelf.
Well, cheers, Rob. Good luck.
Good luck. Yeah, I said you didn't hear me. I said the same thing.
Yeah, the difference is okay. I might be outside of. I know Whiskey Dic dabbles in both different things. I'm the only not Scotch person here.
Well,
Jason doesn't do a lot of Scotch.
Yeah, Jason, same. Yeah, but you guys both do. As far as a lot of the bourbon shows are just bourbon. You guys, are involved, and I've been to your place. You got a lot of scotches on the shelf, So, and you've done some. I don't know lately. What's your ratio lately? Bourbon to Scotch.
My problem with Scotch is my favorite like drink in the world with alcohol in it is peated Scotch. But because we do like blinds and we do Advent and stuff's a competition, my pride doesn't allow for me to drink peated Scotch as often because I'm like, I can't, if I lose the shot 100 times in a row, I'll like, I don't know. We don't need to do YouTube anymore. You know what I mean? Or something like that. So unfortunately, most of the drinking, honestly, is like bourbon, then rye, then Scotch. Like Scotch would be the last one. But if it was like we have nothing going on and we don't have like Advent, like right now it's Advent and it's all blind for a whole month. So if it's like January and Malt Madness isn't here and Advent's not here and stuff, then it's like peated Scotch more often than rye for sure. Maybe up there with bourbon. So
yeah. Bird Dog is called Dan. He's saying your tree is vertically challenged.
It is insanely vertically challenged. It is the fattest tree. It literally is as wide, swear to God, as it is tall. I'm not even screwing with you guys. We were picking out trees at the thing this weekend, and I told Holden, my son, I said, you can pick the tree for the set. And he picks one out, and I'm like, okay, it can't be that tall because I wanted to put it on this stand back here. And he picks out another one, and I'm like, that's perfect. It's the fattest, roundest, weirdest looking. Like it just is really, it fits us pretty well.
So A, B, C, and D, are they the same for both of us, or they're different?
Yeah. Yep. You both have the same whiskeys. Yep.
Whoa.
How should we do this so that like
we'll alternate? You'll come in and I'll ask you, Rob, first what you think the age is. Then I'll ask Dan, and then I'll ask Dan what he thinks the region is, and then you. So we just kind of alternate and go back and forth on answers.
And like that being said, we should do it in a way in which like we're both done writing, right? Rob, you know what I'm saying? Like we both say like we're done answering or whatever, so then nobody's changing stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm acting like Rob's not gonna absolutely murder me on this stream. Like there's
you never know, man. These are challenging samples here. They're very challenging. And they're all very light, and like there's I mean taste wise obviously there's a distinct difference, but I'm gonna write notes over here.
Yep.
And you just said your drink of choice is peated whiskey, right? So
I like peated Scotch a lot. Yeah.
There you go.
Do you like peated Scotch?
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Do you in the Scotch realm? Do you prefer like the Speyside, Highland, or peated Islas?
I'm all Campbelltown these days, man. Like
okay.
If you see this side of the shelf, it's basically all Springbank and counterparts. So
that's what I got into Campbelltown whiskey through Scotch malt, not through like a shelf bottle.
Okay.
And then a bunch of people, when I had said that elsewhere, somebody like chat was talking about Springbank, and I was like, I didn't even know Springbank because I've seen Springbanks. Like I know the label, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I didn't even know that Springbanks were Campbelltowns. Like I had no idea.
Oh, yeah.
And so it was like one of those things where it was like, this sucks because it's another rabbit hole to like jump down, you know?
It gets intense, and it's ridiculously hard to get. So
of course, yeah.
Yeah, it used to be we'd have every version here, and then within the last year, it disappeared. I haven't seen a Springbank on any shelf for quite a while.
The best part about Scotch compared to bourbon is that it's easier to find here, like hand over fist. Like if you want Octomores or you want Bunnahabhains or you want like things like that, or even like the Lagavulin cast strength stuff, like that type of stuff is in even like the Ardbeg committee releases, that stuff is so much easier to find than like a Buffalo Trace. You know, it's like crazy. It's the wildest thing in the world.
I guess, yeah, geographically it matters for sure.
For sure.
In Scotland, you can't touch a Springbank. You're never getting a Springbank unless you win a lottery. It's exactly like Pappy.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right, in the US. So
what's Canada like for Scotch versus bourbon?
Springbank is now a unicorn.
Okay.
If you get it. The Buffalo Trace Antique Collection, you have to win a lottery to get, as well as any Pappy or anything like that. They're pretty much doing that with all bourbon. That's like super limited. But I mean, it works for some, it doesn't for others. Anything Buffalo Trace that's rare is a lottery.
Sure. Yeah. I saw somebody post because it just is lottery season right now. I saw somebody post the other day a lottery at their store, and there were like cool whiskeys on there for sure. But there were the most normal whiskeys on planet. There was like High West Rendezvous Rye. And I'm like, that is not a lottery whiskey. Like where you're like making it worse than it's already a disaster, obviously. And it's like, stop putting completely normal whiskey that was on every shelf that people weren't even buying before, like in your lottery. Like we went to a lottery 2 years ago and there was Basil Hayden in it. And I'm like, this has to be, this is a joke. You're actually punishing somebody. Whoever wins last place gets the worst bottle. You know what I mean?
That's hilarious.
A is fantastic, by the way.
Yeah, A is very good.
A is very good. A is super like peppery to me for some reason.
I'm not used to being in a competition. I'm used to like sharing the ideas. And, like,
sure.
You know, it's so weird to be in competition for this.
But you can share your ideas. I mean, maybe you're accurate, maybe you're not.
The thing is, I'm bad enough at it that it doesn't even like sharing is not even a thing.
You could be making something up too.
Mm-hmm.
You know? You never know.
A's like super butter. I love like it's viscous. It's super viscous. It tastes fantastic.
Yeah, very nice. B's nose is super like it's the most dominant nose I find. C is hard to detect. And then I don't know what's going on with B. It's almost like a clay kind of.
Oh, we have to guess colors at the end of these. Oh, I'm so sorry, Rob. I'm so slow at this. And Scott is probably like, Sean's so fast. I wish Sean was here. And I'm just slowest at blind stuff ever. And I just talk the whole time.
No, you're good. Don't worry.
Yeah, take your time. Bart and Bill are just waiting, you know, in the background.
Hey,
not like
okay. This is kind of, if there was going to be a hometown favorite here, I mean, we all know who it is, right? Like, Scott, you have to literally root. I mean,
no, I would not. Trust me, Bart would not help me, and I would not help him.
I love that. That's perfect. That's so perfect. Oh, if me and Sean were doing this, there would be every curveball that I had. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
Are we getting close on our guesses on this one?
So I'm good for A and B. I don't know.
Oh, no, just do A. Don't move on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then I'm ready.
We're just doing A.
I jumped ahead. I apologize.
Yeah. One at a time.
I get 12 points for following the rules. I get 12. I need 12 exactly so I can win.
But Rob just confused himself, though, because he's like, which one was which? I don't know. Which one.
Swap the glasses.
How what's the range on the ages? Like, did we actually get a point for?
Oh, no. Whoever's closest or on will get the point on the age. Yeah. ABV will just be plus or minus one on the ABV.
Okay. All right. I am
age, region, ABV, and cask type, and then profile and distillery.
I can go first if you want.
Are you ready?
I just have to write distillery and then I'm done writing.
All right, Rob, give me your age on sample A.
I guess 8 years old.
8. All right. Dan.
I guess 9 on age.
Ooh.
I even have 8 scratched out. I wrote 8, scratched it, and wrote 9. That's crazy.
Your price is right at me right there.
Right?
Dan, what region?
Okay, I'm gonna sound like an idiot 4 times in a row tonight. I'm gonna suck into it. I'm gonna say Isla.
Sometimes it's pretty obvious. Sometimes it's not.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's Isla as well.
I love it. I really love this one. Like, for real, this is great. A is great.
Rob, ABV.
58.
Dan.
108 divided by 2 is
54.
You're really good at math. That's crazy.
That's a round number. That was easy.
Dude, okay, that doesn't make a difference at all.
Dan, cask type.
Ex-bourbon is what I said.
Any more specific or just ex-bourbon?
I'm just sticking with that. This is something I won't get a single point on tonight.
I don't know if I went over this or not with the cask type for those watching. They'll get a full point if they nail the cask type on the head. Like they say, first fill bourbon barrel, and it's a first fill bourbon barrel, they'll get a full point. Okay. If they just say bourbon barrel, they're going to get half a point because it could be a first fill bourbon barrel, a second fill, refill, a bourbon hogshead, anything like that. So if they nail it on the head, they'll get a full point. If they're in that wood range, it's same with Oloroso, sherry, wine, port. If they say something along those lines and it's in that range, they'll get a half a point. But if they nail the cask directly on the head, it'll be a full point. And Rob, what cask type?
I'm going to say first fill bourbon barrel.
I couldn't find anything that stuck out that was like oblivious.
Hogsheads are a little bigger, so I'm thinking maybe if it's a little oakier, then it's a bourbon barrel. But I'm just shooting. I have no idea.
Flavor for extra credit, this will be in case of a tiebreaker, or in case of a tie, this will be the tiebreaker. Flavor profile, Rob.
I said peated, but I wanted to say, well, go ahead. I said peated.
I said lightly peated for that.
Really? And distillery, Dan. Guess on the distillery.
I said Bunnahabhain. I'm not getting one of these right, so
Rob, to guess on the distillery?
I said Ardbeg, but I feel like it's a Kilholman.
Oh.
Or
and you guys are on sample A, correct?
Correct.
Yes. Okay, Scott, don't put it like that, okay? Like, I didn't expect to be completely berated, okay? But
you're completely wrong. Everything.
So you guys are on it's a spicy and dry profile.
Nailed it.
Dan, right off the bat, you got a lot of pepper on it, which there is one, but it's 18.38, the Happy Ponderer. This is a 13-year-old.
So I think Dan gets the point there.
This is a Speyside, and it's a second fill ex-bourbon barrel.
Okay, you're just a liar, dude. 100%.
61.3% ABV.
I call it redo. You got the samples mixed up for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Scott is 100% a liar. We've confirmed it.
And our distillery on this one is Inchgour.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
so
that was close, you know?
So the second 13 years in a second fill ex-bourbon barrel, I mean, there's very little cask influence, results in that really light color. But that spicy and dry profile, I've had some unpeated Islas that would very easily fit into the same category.
That's why I went with the lightly peated, because it wasn't like an overwhelming thing. I was confusing like the pepper with like a peat, obviously.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it was weird because I got 0 peat on the nose, and then when I tasted it, I was like, "This is pretty smoky." Like that's interesting for sure.
That's great.
So Dan will get the point on the age; he was closest. Nobody gets a point on the region. You both said Isla. Our ABV is 61.3, so you both were too far off to get any points there. Rob, you were close. You said first fill bourbon barrel. It was a second fill, so you'll get a half a point. Dan, you get a half a point for your ex-bourbon barrel guess, and then nobody got extra credit points on that one.
Real quick, what was I got to start. I know that other people do this different because we're Americans and we're idiots, but so what the proof, the ABV was what? I'm sorry.
61.3. So okay, like 122.6.
Yeah, I think you said 54. I said 58.
Yeah.
Man, that drink's easy though.
I was actually thinking it was lower, but I'm like, it feels like one of those tricks because there's all kinds of stuff happening with that.
That's tricky.
Yeah, that was a tricky one.
All right, we'll go ahead and move on to sample B. And I see Multi-Caskin is saying he hasn't had any from that profile yet. Interesting notes. Spicy and dry, I really think to me, it's it can be a showstopper. There's a lot there. They can be very powerful. A lot of flavor, a lot of impact. And right off the bat, Dan, you were like, man, this is really peppery, which is with spicy and dry. There's a lot of pepper.
So you know what's crazy? So we just did these shelves. So we moved into this new space, right? And one of our sets has all these shelves that people purchase. And then if they bought a shelf, they pick what goes on their shelf. It's an individual shelf, right?
Oh, nice. Uh-huh.
One of the things that somebody wanted on their shelf was that color, the mustard color neck tag from Scotch Malt Whiskey Society. That's what they wanted.
Oh, really?
And I don't know how many Scotch Malt bottles we have, but we have quite a few Scotch Malt bottles in here. And so I'm going through them. I'm like, we have to have all the things or whatever. We've never had a spicy and dry ever. We don't own one. We have almost a mustard colored label, but it's a Texas whiskey. It was in one of the American releases.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's actually, mind you, I might have had one like on a live stream with you guys before, but we don't have a bottle of it. That's the first spicy and dry I've ever had. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
It's really a nice palate punch.
It's great. That was great whiskey. It's fantastic, for real.
Very good. It was very, very good.
All right. Now that Scott lied to us on number 1, he's going to redeem himself and he's going to tell us the truth on sample B. Oh, that smells great.
That's really nice.
Oh, I'm a fat person at heart and semi-physically. So this whiskey is like perfect. It's great. This smells fantastic.
Joe Combs says that spicy and dry can be very interesting. Yes, it can. In fact, I can't say not about that one, but I was going to talk about another one of our spicy and dries, but just in case it's in the challenge, I hadn't better say anything.
Does SWS ever bottle Kilhoman? Because I'm being questioned. I have no idea, to be honest with you.
I don't think we have. I don't think we've had any Kilhoman yet. Let me see if they're in. I have to look and see if they're even in our codes.
Whiskey B is like sweeter, definitely. Than it's not as peppery as A was.
Yeah.
It's like tropically.
Nope, we don't even have Kilhoman in our list. So
yeah. Well, I guess
129, is that right? Oh, yep, there it is. I scrolled right past it. 129 is Kilhoman. That'd be a good one to try. No, I could say we had a spicy. I mentioned it beforehand. We did have a Dalmore spicy and dry. That was just from I think a second fill barrel as well, maybe a first fill, and it was just, to me, it was phenomenal. But there's no way I would ever guess that it was a Dalmore. I mean, just not the distillery character at all. You know, when you're used to the sherried Dalmores, and then you just had this ex-bourbon barrel that was just this spicy and dry profile and just really punched the palate.
All right, all I have to do, I know Rob's a little bit ahead on B. All I have to do is do color or the flavor profile and the distillery, and then I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm adjusting here, so. Now I'm on tilt after that first terrible performance.
I mean, listen, isn't it? What's the saying? Like, it's good to have company. You know what I mean? Like when you suck, what is that saying? There's a saying.
Misery loves company.
That, and we both miserably failed sample A.
That was awful.
Not too bad. It's hard. It's a hard challenge. So
it is, and I'm going to be honest. Like, I'm not great at it with bourbon, but Scotch is so much more difficult because of the range of, like, the limitations placed on bourbon legally are significantly different than the limitations placed on Scotch, especially with like first fills, second fills, every wine barrel under the sun. Like,
yep. Double maturations, triple maturations.
Yeah. Well, and the difference is like something in Scotland, like this Scotch right here that I have next to me is called Free Smiles All Around. It's a Scotch malt bottle. It's one of the purpley pink labels. This is 12 years old, second fill ex-bourbon barrel. And like in bourbon, that's not how aging works, right? So something could be, we just did a barrel pick that was 7 years old, and then it was in a finished cask, like a toasted barrel for like 40 days or 45 days. That 45 days actually punched it over the 8-year mark, but it's still 7 years old, right? Even though it was actually like physically it was over 8. So
yeah.
All right, I am done with B.
Yeah, I think so too.
You think so, or you are? Are we ready?
I haven't put in my my region yet. Because I'm stuck between 2 distilleries.
Oh, if it makes you feel better, that's just the tiebreaker, and you won't need it.
More because I'm not going to be right.
Zach Jones said, fun fact, Dan hasn't gotten a haircut since April. So I haven't gotten a haircut since pre-COVID. Was that 3 years ago? 2 years ago?
Really?
I started cutting my own hair, and I accidentally shaved the side of my head. And then I went and bought, like more real clippers. And I was using like a face shaver to shave my head for a while. Like it was a disaster.
Well, no, but you got your head shaved though.
Yes, I did. I lost a bet. Or no, I didn't lose a bet. We did a fundraiser. That's what it was for.
Yeah.
We did a fundraiser. But yeah, no, I like every other week, I take my clippers and I put like a 7 on them. And I try to do the best that I can. And sometimes it's like not great for about 3 weeks. So.
Okay, I think I'm ready. Ready to get smoked.
Dan, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Dan, how old is it?
14 on the dot. 100% sure.
It's so funny. I was toggling with 14 and 13, and then I went 16.
It's got like it's got a great like oak influence that is there. So I don't know. It's nice.
Is 16 your final answer?
When you phrase it like that.
Well, I got to know what to write down.
Yes. Yeah. I wrote down 16.
Scott's the next Regis Kelly. Hear it here.
Rob, region.
Island.
Oh man, one of us is gonna get a point here and one of us isn't.
Dan?
I wrote Speyside.
And ABV. Dan.
60. Tell me I'm right with the 6 though. 4.
64.
On the dot, huh? That's crazy.
Bold. Rob.
I went 54.
Oh no, that's so much different.
Fred.
Oh, I suck at this.
Well,
Rob.
Right, I suck at this.
Rob, cast type.
I put a refill bourbon hogshead.
Oh.
Dan?
I put a second fill ex-bourbon barrel to be really specific.
That is both specific, yes.
I'm just going out on a limb if I'm being completely honest. If I got it right.
Ex-bourbon barrel or hogshead?
Second fill ex-bourbon barrel. Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with barrel. Make me question my answers.
I'm not just going to make sure I'm writing down the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
Not questioning anything.
100%. Scott's like, you're an idiot. Yes, please.
Flavor profile.
I feel even more like an idiot.
Yeah. I went with sweet, fruity, and mellow is what I went with.
I went with the same.
Rob, distillery.
Kleinleash.
Dan?
I went with Glenn Farkless.
Possible.
Neither one of you is right, but Dan is close with a Glen. It does start with a Glen.
Is it Fiddick?
No, still close. Close to the sweet, fruity, and mellow. It's spicy and sweet.
We were so close.
This is one of those. This is a Glendronach that's just been an ex-bourbon.
There's so many Glens.
First fill ex-bourbon barrel. So you were close with the second fill ex-bourbon barrel. But yeah, spicy and sweet. This is a 12-year-old Old Green Dumpy, 59.2. So it is a little bit higher. And it is a Highland. I don't know if I'm getting focused.
Oh, you got the Highland then. That's a Highland.
Yep. And Rob should have stuck with his 13-year guess.
They should have.
Yep. I had it and then I changed it in a second.
If it makes you feel better, again, I wrote down 13, scribbled it, went to 14. I just did.
So yeah, you went the opposite way too.
It's so I did it last time too, where I like wrote the year under it, scribbled it, and went up one. I don't know why.
It's all about the overthinking.
It is. That's true. See, with Scott, he'll give you all the time in the world and then make you second guess yourself. Like Sean and I will just rip, like we have 2 minutes. Don't be an idiot. Figure it out. You know what I mean?
I hope you're still 0 on the extra credit point. So hopefully we don't end up in a tie yet. But
I got Glenn. I'd like a half for that if you think about it.
What he says.
It was worth a shot.
Let's see. Dan's going to get the point on the age. He was closest with the 14. Rob, you'll get a point for you did have Highland, the right region, and you both get half a point on the cast type. So 1.5 points for both of you. Dan, you'll come out of this with 3 points, and Rob 2 points.
Oh man!
So if you need to go ahead and start on sample C.
Can I tell you the real quick? Can you tell us how close Rob was? Pretty close to the proof or the ABV. Sorry.
No, you were closer. Rob was low.
I was low.
Yeah.
What was it?
He guessed 54. Or yeah, 54. And you had 64.
Yeah. What was it?
59.2.
Oh, it was kind of in the middle of our guesses then. Okay. All right. We're doing 3 or C.
The nose, I have no idea.
So, you know what's interesting on the second one on B? I actually don't often like Highland is my least favorite region of Scotch, period. It's not even close either. And normally it's because that on a lot of Highlands, I get like a weird stale smoky flavor and I don't like it. Like I love peated whiskey, but I want it to be aggressive. And I love Speyside because I like that they're fruity and sweet, right? Highland is like that weird in between where often I find like a weird smoky note that's not peat that it wasn't sweet enough to be Speyside. It wasn't peated. So I like often don't like Highlands. Sean loves Highlands and like always is really good with getting the profile Highlands right. That one was like tropical. And so I felt more of a Speyside vibe to it because of the tropical flavors. We were actually both pretty close on the flavor profile though. So we didn't do awful on that, but
yeah.
We at least got the color tag on that one in the correct spectrum of colors. On the first one, we did not. So all right, C.
Yeah, the first one we got smoked.
The first one, honestly, Rob, just hear me out. We just call that one a warm up, dude. First, and I'm going to say this with a wink. That was your first whiskey of the day, right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
it actually was.
Yeah. All right, number 3. Man, Scott, you sent good whiskey, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah. This was completely random. Now the next round, the final 4 and the championship, there might be some hand selected bottles involved in those, and there might be some random whiskeys as well. But this was completely random draw on the bottles. I see Bart is in the background. He's watching. Who's giving me the thumbs up? I don't know if that was a thumbs up. What
just bring him on. Bring him on. You know what I mean? Bring him in here.
Dude.
I love that Bart and I would 100% ruin this whole thing. Like we would 100%, it'd be off the rails for the, and we'd never, poor Scott, never get it back on the rails.
Bart's going to air boldly. I'm going to tell you, he'll be like, this was a first fill French oak, half hogshead with a toasted barrel
I
and
love that.
HDMC.
I love that.
Woo.
Listen, confidence is key. So many incorrect answers come from the second guess. They come from the lack of confidence.
Initial, and even, let's see, who was it? Somebody commented, they said, stick with your initial, let's see, where was it at? You got, and that's what I've learned with, there it is. Jen Curran says, always go with your initial gut answer.
True. It's true.
And yeah, I've messed myself up even in blinds. You do that. Open Sean Paisley is in here commenting as well.
Time him out real quick, Scott, if you don't mind. Just
yeah,
I'll PayPal you a 20. Just time him out in chat.
Put user in timeout.
Yeah, forever if you can.
There you go. He's got 300 seconds.
That's beautiful. Hey, you know what? Huge cheers to Scott. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
I'm going to do that to Bart when he's live. I'm like, time out.
Just kick him out.
Mute.
Man, I'm all over the place with this one.
I have second guessed my region on that one about 4 times now.
Yeah, I'm not getting that for sure. No chance. 0 chance on this one.
We're doing good on time, though, even with the first sample. A lot of talk going on with the first sample and moving on. But, yeah, we're doing good.
Oh, okay. My favorite so far is between C and A, and I don't know which one it is at the moment. Favorite whiskey so far. Rob, what's your favorite out of the 3 so far? Have you drank C?
Yeah.
Okay, what's your favorite of the 3?
Honestly, I really liked A. I really, really liked A. I liked all 3 of them.
Sure.
But A for me is first, B is second, C is third. I
just went back to A, just smelled it. Knowing that Scott lied to us, clearly, right? A is 100% Isla, and Scott's a liar, dude. It's like...
You know what it is? It could be that, like, I don't know much about, you said it was an inch gour.
Inch gour?
Yeah, but it has that kind of, like, Craigellachie, like, worm tub kind of, like, sulfury, like, dank kind of flavor that could be mistaken with peat.
The best part is whatever distillery Scott just said and you just repeated, I've never, whatever word that is, my mouth has never created that sound ever, not once.
Dank?
No, dank is fine. What was the name of the distillery?
Inch gour.
Inch gour?
Or Craigellachie. Which one?
No,
Inch gour was the whiskey, but Rob was comparing it to Craigellachie.
Yeah, I've heard it. I don't even know if I've heard of Craigellachie, if I'm being honest. Inch Gallagher sounds like 7 words put together, if I'm being completely honest. C might be my favorite one.
Oh, no.
Oh my gosh.
So I just poured a little bit of the Inch gour, the 18.38 that we started with, and it does have, I mean, it's very malty, very salty, nice. Yeah, it could be confused with a light peat going on in there with it.
Do you get the weird, like really great spicy? It's not quite smoky, but it's a little peppery on there.
Yeah, and that's why, I mean, like you both two are talking about how good that one is. Spicy and dry profile to me, and we don't get that many bottles in the spicy and dry, but there's just there can be a lot going on with them. It's really a different profile than some of our other whiskeys.
Now you're swinging me with that limited spicy and dry there.
Well, here's the problem. The problem is I go on and buy Campbelltowns now because I like them, right? So if I see one is dropped, then I'll check and I'll check out with that. I'll buy that one. The problem is I've never had a spicy and dry because generally a dry finish is my least favorite thing in whiskey, right? A isn't drying in the way that I like. That word for me just means something in my brain, right? That doesn't have that, whatever that meaning is for me. That is 100% something I'd buy like over and over without a doubt. So now my problem is I have to watch for spicy and dries because of that, which is frustrating because I wasn't trying to spend more money on more whiskey.
All right, you guys got your guesses in on number 3?
Scott, I'm going to be honest, not even close. And it's my bad. I'm sorry. I got to do ABV, cast type, and age, and that's it. I did the rest.
I noticed the comment about how we had plenty of time. We were moving right along.
I know you gave me a pass. Sean, the best part is Sean came in here and Sean's first words were, I guess they started at least 2 hours ago if Dan's on C already. Like, because normally my blind, dude, I take, it's just an infinite. You think I live to be 200 years old with how long I take on blinds.
Yeah. The faster I write things down, the more correct I am. The more I go back to it, the more I second guess myself. And
yeah, it is almost stick with just your initial impressions and what you thought up front, because you can talk yourself out of a lot of correct answers.
Which I did.
I've crossed off region twice on C already, and I've written a third one. So I'm on my third guess on region, and 2 of them were the same, which is the problem. I think this one's tricky. I think this is tricky, and I think that I'm going to be lied to again, personally.
I'm completely wrong. I already know in advance. I'm just going to put that out there.
I actually believe that this is where Rob makes the comeback, and then we have this crazy story arc into D where it's like comes down to the final sample. I believe that.
I don't think so. I think I screwed myself.
All right, are we close?
I'm so close. I promise. I swear to God, I'm going to finish it off pretty soon.
I think it would help if I knew. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. There's so many different distilleries that SMWS bottles, but
actually, yeah, that's what I say. The distillery can be tricky, but it's just once in a while you just know something. You're like, yep, that's or a couple times I've been like, that's either A, it's either A or B. It's one of those two.
Well, like the thing about independent bottlers and a blind tasting is often what the independent bottler buys is not much like the distillery characteristic of the OBs from those companies, right? So It's tough because, you know, you can have a Klein Leash, drink like a Klein Leash when you buy the 12 and the other options that they offer, but then you do a independent bottle of Klein Leash and it's completely different. Right?
Okay. I have everything except I'm going to be honest. I don't know the distillery. We can move on. There's no need to wait for that. That's a huge waste of time. I'm so far, like if the distillery was on the North Pole, my guess is the South Pole. Like that's kind of where we're at geographically.
Rob, what's your age guess on this one?
15.
15? Dan?
Yeah, man. It's definitely 8. So that'll be interesting.
It's what?
8.
8? All right.
Like a snowman. If you drew a snowman, it'd look like that.
Dan region.
Oh, dude, I feel so stupid saying this. I crossed out Highland twice. I wrote Isla once. I have to stick with Isla. I really hope it's an unpeated Isla. I hope so bad.
It could be a Bunnahabhain.
Oh.
Rob, region.
I said Speyside.
Really? Oh, you and I were different on the other, like the opposites.
Don't worry about what I say because obviously that's not valid.
I'm extremely worried about what I say and what you say. Like it's a double, you know what I mean?
Rob, ABV.
I said 56.
Dan?
I said 58.
Dan, cask type.
Ex-bourbon. Specifically a first fill. Normal bourbon barrel.
Rob?
I said refill sherry.
Oh.
Refill sherry.
Oh, I like that. I like that guess a lot.
I don't know. It's a shot in the dark here.
Rob, flavor profile.
I said spicy and dry. Although you almost made me second guess my guess with them being so rare and limited.
No, this was completely random. So,
okay, I hedged on this one. I went with the deep, rich, dried fruit one. I'm hedging bets now. Like we're hedging. Like
distillery. Okay, Dan, distillery guess.
No, not available or not applicable.
Right.
NA.
I said Glenfarclas.
We did have a Glenfarclas last night. There could be another one tonight.
Oh, imagine if you like headshot the distillery.
All right. Highly doubt.
This is spicy and sweet. We were close. Another purple. 17-year-old. This is a Longmorn. 7.270. A perfect posture.
Whoa. 17?
Yep.
Close in age.
Good job, Rob.
Our cast type was a second fill ex-bourbon barrel. 59.1%.
Wait. Do I get it?
Yeah.
No.
I guess 58. Oh,
58 plus or minus 1.
What? Oh, that's insane. Oh,
that was close. That one is close.
Oh,
I actually considered it for a second, but I'm like, nope, got to follow.
I was literally 0.1 off. I just, for the record.
And it's a space side.
Yes.
If I didn't say that.
Good job, man. Oh my gosh, I was 0.1 off on proof.
Dude, good job on that. It was, you know what? The age threw me off with the ABV because I'm like, okay, this is drinking a little bit older. I wanted to say 16 again. I'm like, I'm not going to say 16 again. That screwed me the last time.
No, you did. You actually did a great job on that one. For real.
Rob,
I almost nailed
Rob
proof.
Gets the age and the region, so he gets 2 points.
I
and
told
you got half a point for the ex-bourbon barrel.
Okay. So it's 3.5 to 4. I told you it comes down to D, man. This is the arc.
Yep. You're on
the
D.
So what are we at now? What's the total?
3.5 to 4. 4 of you, 3.5 me.
Wow.
Yep.
And now, Rob, I'm a little bit drunk. Good luck, buddy.
Not a boy.
Oh.
That's next.
Okay, hold on. Before we get into D, cheers, Rob.
Cheers, buddy.
Here, buddy.
Well done.
You too, buddy. Either way. Now, when I lose, you still did a good job. I got railed on a 0.1 proof here. Anyways,
you did. I'm gonna.
That was close. I got to stick with the rules.
Listen, the rules are the rules.
You know what? For next time, I'm not saying you have to change this, but just a suggestion. Mm-hmm. Whoever's like closer, like Jeopardy, Price is Right. That would be.
Yeah.
You know,
maybe we'll do that with the next round but I did that last night. We come up with the rules and we did the plus or minus 1
That's
on the
fair.
MVP. But yeah, so through the first round here, maybe I'll change that up for the second round. Because that's what we're doing with the age is whoever is closest. So
sure.
maybe with round 2 we'll switch it up to the closest on the ABV guess. But
yeah.
Honestly,
so many things could throw that off. Like it could be like a 8-year-old that drinks like 46% and it's 65%. It's like so many crazy.
Well, if it's 46 and you think it's 65, you shouldn't be reviewing whiskey, probably.
Okay,
right?
hold on one time, real quick. Just a second. Hold on. In Rob's defense, one time, Sean and I very recent. This is so recent. It's a problem. Okay, very recently, I guessed that a whiskey was like 98 proof. Is like 130. Like,
oh my Lord.
But
wow.
Sean and I's rules are if you're over 20 proof off, you lose a point. I lost a point. I was punished for the, you know what I mean?
No, you know what though? I've had like the other way around usually. Like I've had whiskeys that are like 58 ABV.
Yeah.
Drink like they're 48 ABV. You know what I mean? So.
Well, and sometimes especially with like bourbon rye aspects, rye drinks spicy, right? Like the grain creates like a baking spice aspect. So a lot of times, like trying to decipher the difference between a rye spice and a proof spice, depending on the proof. If it's 150, it's 150. You know what I'm saying? But if it's like 105 and it's a rye, then you're like, man, is that the rye or is that the actual whiskey? You know? Is it? So it's 3.5 to 4. Dude, we're down now here. This guy had a tie last night, unfortunately. Yeah. But it all comes down to this, if we're being honest.
Yeah, because neither of us got any of the bonus marks.
Not yet. You've done significantly better on region than I have. That's for sure.
There's no extra credit points to do. We're gonna have to go to trivia, I think, if you guys time.
No, Scott. I'm gonna get an extra. I'm an extra credit kind of guy, as you can tell when I was in school. Obviously, I'm gonna get an extra credit on this one. I don't know that it'll matter, but I'm gonna get one.
Well, this is really nice.
Bart and Bill are both in the background. Bart's drinking, and Bill he's studying.
You got to bring Bart. Dude, bring Bart. Okay, before I leave, bring Bart on. Yeah, no, after it's all done. But
okay, wait. There he is.
Oh, Bart, what's going on, dude? Oh, that was great.
That was it.
That's a teaser. That's a teaser.
He's got to wait his turn.
Oh, man. Whoa. D smells.
He just gave me a thumbs up.
D smells significantly different than the rest.
Yeah, it's actually really, really nice. This is really nice.
Can I ask a question? You can just say no comment on this. Did you guys send any American releases in any of the blinds?
And these, no, it's all Scotch. These are all Scotch whiskey.
Okay.
Yep.
I'd like for everybody, they're all Scotch.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Every sample was a Scotch whiskey.
Okay.
There has been maybe last night we did have a single grain Scotch whiskey that was randomly picked, but no, they're all from Scotland, either single malt or single grains.
Okay.
Yep, all our releases, but yeah, no American whiskeys, no rums, no Armagnacs, anything like that in there.
Do you guys? The question, Rob and Scott, do you guys like Cavalons?
Oh yeah,
it really depends on the cask, but
okay,
most of them are really good.
Dude, we've got a couple. One of them I'm like madly in love with. I think it's got like this weird metallic silk looking red label on the front of it.
Mm.
I don't know if
one of the soloists.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one is great, man.
Those are really good bottles.
It's like this weird mix between Texas whiskey and Scotch. It's like this because it's so hot there, right? Like you get like the heat from the cask, like the drying aspect, and then you get the great part of the Scotch, like the malt. All right. Sean, what did Sean? Somebody boo Sean again, dude. No, I had already actually written a region on D, but I was just I was interested to know because Scotch malt dabbles in American whiskey. So
D's a toughie, man. He's tough.
Let me pour some of it with you guys.
What the hell is D? Don't show the color or else we'll both get extra points.
I'm screwed either way.
I don't even have a guess on D. That's a huge problem. I just drank it for the first time, so everybody knows.
Yeah, I'm pretty behind on this one as well.
Does D change your opinion on your favorite one? A still your favorite, Rob?
You know what? I really like D, but
D's cool.
I'll honestly, like, this is kind of one of those, like, my favorite whiskey is the one I had most recently. It's like kind of happening to me as we go.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Dude, here, can I tell you the problem? The problem is I didn't eat dinner, right? And the problem is I consumed enough whiskey in the first 3. The D is magical, magnificent, some would say. Aladdin type shit. You know what I mean? And so I'm riding the magic carpet through the skies, drinking D, and I'm freaking loving every second of it, without a doubt.
It is really nice. At first I was like, this is like a weird nose. And then when it needed time to open up, now it's like pretty opened up. Really, really nice.
It's almost, this is a weird word for it, but it's almost like has this cool like bready aspect to it, which I don't almost ever get on Scotch. Like I get bready, it's malty, but I get bready on like 36% rye from MGP, their mash bill of bourbon. Man. Scott, you sent great whiskey, buddy. Whether it was random or not, you sent great whiskey, buddy. So I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Yep. And good luck to both of you in this final round.
Okay, see, here's the thing. Scott said good luck to both of you. Like, hey, idiots, you haven't gotten a lot right. So
this is like some obscure distillery that doesn't exist anymore. And like
100%. D seems like the biggest mind F of all time. Like, if you're going to screw with everybody.
I poured some with you, and it's a tasty beverage.
Do you?
It's very good.
Oh.
Scott, you're doing way too much, and I kind of hate you for that right now. This is down to the wire, boys. Down to the wire right here.
It really is.
This is a tough one.
That's good whiskey.
Yeah.
All in all, we've drank 4 really good whiskeys tonight. And this is that's what's left. That was the whole sample bottle Scott sent.
Oh my. Yeah.
And the problem is A was so good. And this is actually C. That's all that's left to C. Because A and C, I just kept drinking thinking like, what could this possibly be? And I got a bunch of stuff wrong, unfortunately. But oh man. Okay, Scott, over under. Give me like a betting line. I'll Whiskey Dic and Bart next round, like right after we're done.
For point score, or like you want just a favorite?
Just a favorite. Maybe like if you were thinking like Bart is negative 200 or something like that.
Yeah, definitely Bart's on the losing end of the next one. Yeah, he's giving me a thumbs up again.
That felt perfect.
2 thumbs up.
Gosh. So we've only been able to hang out in person probably like 3 times now with you. We've only been able to hang out with Bart like once ever. And I feel like Sean and I and you and Bart are too similar. Like in person, it'd be such a great time.
Oh yeah. Definitely. I've gotten some good cigars from you too. I'd like to throw in there.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
We have more. If you need them, let us know.
I'm always
okay. Man, Rob, are you done?
I'm losing this one for sure.
Dude, I'm so freaking. Have you ever, what was it? Homeward Bound? I'm as lost as the pets are at like the 30-minute mark of that movie.
I loved that movie back in the day, man.
Dude, that movie, honestly, one of the greatest movies of all time. But at the beginning, super sad. I'm at the beginning of the movie right now.
Yeah. We're over our time too for this one.
I know. And it's my fault 100%. And that's my bad. So
not bad though. 5 minutes over.
Yeah, but it's not over though, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Just, you know what? Bring Bart and Whiskey Dic on. Let them start, right? Hear me out.
We're almost. We'll get you guys wrapped up.
We're so close.
Trying to look for hints. I don't know, man. This is tough.
All right, I'm not scratching any. I've scratched on every single sample we've done. I'm not going to scratch any single one this time, and I've written all of them except Color and Distillery. So I'm down to bonus. I'm down to extra credit.
Yeah,
which doesn't matter because it's not going to be a tie.
Yep. You never know. You never know. Get close enough on that ABV, gives you a point. Get the region right, gives you a point.
Okay. Now that Sean's in chat, because I was going to text him this after the stream. Sean, the ABV is a 2 proof swing. Is it 1%?
Well, not 1 point. Yeah.
It's 1%. You got to get within 1.
Or yeah, I guess 1%.
You have to get within 2 proof, and I was 0.1 proof off, Sean. Okay? Jeez, dude. You know what the crazy part is? That 0.1 proof is the difference between 4.5 and 3.5. Man, I screwed that up.
Let's see. And what'd you guess?
58 is 59.1. I'll never forget, Scott.
You said 58.5, 58.1. You'd be there.
I know this distillery, man. Why can't I?
Really? That's wild, dude.
I feel like I know it, but I'm probably way off.
All right, I'm done, man. I'm not guessing distillery because I don't even have. Listen. I could fill in the blank. I guess it's not a distillery. It's real.
All right, Rob, you got all your answers down? Are we ready?
Give me one second.
This is going to determine who's advancing in this bracket for the $1,000 SMWS gift card.
I'd love to state before Rob finishes. I have 2 region guesses, and I'd love to go second to say both. But I'll tell you my actual final. I just want to put it out there that I have 2.
I'm just taking a shot at the start of this.
There's only 5 regions, so that's giving you a 40% chance.
Well, I know, Scott, but the first one we guessed Isla, and it was freaking Speyside. So
I actually have to go back to the sample bottle because I went through this sample without.
Wow. Man, you guys thought I drank a lot of whiskey. Rob's over here chugging samples. That's crazy.
I know. I still see stuff in his sample bottles, though.
Yeah, my bad.
You went through the whole content.
Scott, send where's whiskey, dude, and I won't drink as much. D's really good. It is, I think, for real, D is the most like interesting, off-profile, like wildest.
This is
one of the bunch.
Yeah, this is a different distillery, I think. But watch it be like the Dalmore or something stupid like that.
Right, something super obvious.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing. Scott did say they were all random off this for this round. He said they were all random.
Right.
So that does make me second guess a slight amount less. Because if you think he's trying to trick you, you're going to be like, wait, could that possibly be this other thing that I thought it was?
Nope. Completely random.
Let it be known. I've fulfilled all of the, I've filled in all the circles.
All right.
The dots are,
I'm ready.
I'm getting a full 600 on my SATs.
All right, Dan, how old do you think this one is?
That's 100%. It's without a doubt 12 years. It's not even close.
Rob?
I said 14.
Oh, man, that's close.
Rob, what's your region?
I said Highland.
I said Highland as well. I'd like to state my second guess as a Campbelltown. But Highland was the one I wrote down. I only wrote Highland. In my head was Campbelltown.
ABV, Dan.
54.
Rob?
57.
Oh, man, we're close on all these, man.
Rob, cast type.
Refill sherry.
Holy shit. I said sherry. I swear to God. I didn't scratch a single one on these either. That's crazy.
Dan, flavor profile for extra.
Light, hold on. It's light and delicate. Yeah, light and delicate, the light blue.
Rob.
I said spicy sweet, so we're off there.
That's the only thing you and I actually haven't agreed on so far.
Rob, distillery.
I said Loch Lomond.
I didn't guess, so. I don't know a lot of. I don't know a bunch of Scotch distilleries. That's a huge thing I don't know. So
I'm just thinking Brackla as well. I don't know, something obscure.
Wait till it's Dalmore, like you just said. How wild would it be if it was Dalmore?
Right.
I'm gonna tell you, just in case this ends up in a tie, this is a Loch Lomond.
No way! Holy smokes!
Oh, it's Inchbone from.
Good job, man.
Wow.
I thought there's no, when you said that, when you were tasting it, you were like, I'm pretty sure I know the distillery. I was thinking there's no way he knows the distillery.
Dude, cheers to you, Rob. That's freaking incredible, man.
Dude, this is a Juicy Oak and Vanilla. This is a 9-year-old.
Oh, wow.
First fill ex bourbon barrel.
Wow.
Really?
And a Highland.
Look how dark it is.
58.4%. Yep, I know. I got the same one.
What'd you guess? Proof, Rob?
No, I'm off by proof because of the 0.8.
So, Dan, you get the point on the age. You were closest. You both get a point for Highland for the region.
Oh, you won.
so.
58.4. Nobody gets a point. Nobody got a point for that.
You won by a half.
2-1. That would put the Junkies at 4.5, or Dan at 4.5 points. Whiskey in the 6 at 6. Right?
6. Oh shit! Really?
You got 2 points. Or no. Dan, you got 2 points. I was looking backwards. You got 5.5 points.
Oh, did I lose?
No.
You got Dan, you got the age and the region. So
Yep.
you're going to have 5.5.
And Rob got the region.
Rob got the region. Which
So
gives,
he's a half above me, right?
that gives him 5 points overall.
Oh.
So I didn't get any. Yeah, that's right. I didn't get any.
No, but Rob, you won the tiebreaker. Wait, who
No,
won?
it's not a tie. Dan, you won at 5.5 points.
What? No way, dude. Okay, hold on real quick. Rob headshot a distillery at the end of this? That's freaking wild, dude. Like,
That was the tiebreaker. That was the tiebreaker.
whoa, that's so wild that you headshot a distillery. Hold on.
5 points.
All done, all said and done. Rob's the first person so far and only
So far.
to hit a distillery, period.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now I'm out.
Yep, that was the tie. That was in case of a tiebreaker. And
Rob.
Dan, you got him by half a point. 5.5 points to Dan. 5 points to Whiskey in the 6.
Yeah.
Rob, for
Close.
real, like insane
That was-
job on hitting the distillery. Like for real.
But whatever. It is what it is.
That was cask 135.33. It's Loch Lomond Inchmoan. It's Inchmoan is a Loch Lomond. It's kind of like Springbank and Hazelburn and Long Road. All
Man.
Springbank, yeah. But yeah, it's a Loch Lomond Inchmoan.
What was the flavor profile on that one?
Juicy oak and vanilla.
What color is it? Like light blue?
The mid.
Oh, I guess light delicate. That was
Yeah.
literally as close as it could have been color wise.
Yeah.
Oh.
That had a lot for 9 years in a first fill ex bourbon barrel. It had a really nice wood impact. I was tasting it with you, and it's really rich. It comes off much older than what it is.
That's great, man.
Yep.
That was the most
Great
weird,
job.
like off profile one of the whole bunch.
Yeah. Like, how many Loch Lomans have you had in your life? Probably like one.
Probably none, buddy. Honestly, swear to God.
I've had one. So
that is so. These Scott and I have talked about this before, but the blue labels are so much closer to bourbon. Like they taste closer to bourbon than a lot of the the flavor profiles do. The Campbelltowns that I have are all blue labels, and so or the blue flavor profiles, different blue flavor profiles, and there's something about the blues that I am madly in love with. And I think that it's because there's like this addition of flavor, but there's also like this nostalgia aspect, right? Of like the bourbon part of it. But
yeah, those are all bourbon barrels, all of them.
Well, I'm going to let you guys go. Congratulations, Dan. Rob, great job. Well done. Thanks to both of you for coming in. Dan, you'll be up next Friday night against the winner of Bart and Bill coming up. I'll bring him.
Bring Bart on really fast. Bart, listen to me right now. Listen to me, Bart. Your name is Scotch Test Dummies, okay?
Oh, yeah.
If you are winning the Scotch Test of all time, the ultimate Scotch Test, what are we doing?
I've rigged this contest against him.
Yeah,
That's fair. That's actually fair.
He probably excluded all Isla. Or no, here's what he did. He made a monster Isla, and then I'm shot the rest of the round.
You know what? I wouldn't even mind
B,
that.
C, and D will be like some kind of lowland, light Glen Kinchy, and I'll be like, I have no idea what it is. I can't taste it.
Oh, good luck, guys. Good luck to Bill and Bart. And Rob, for real, that was ridiculously close, dude. Good job, man.
Yeah, that was a nail biter, guys. Nice job, Dan. Nice job, Rob.
Thanks to both of you. And again, Dan, we'll see you next Friday night up against either Bart or Bill here. We'll see.
Nice.
Cheers.
Wait, Bart, go. Bart dropped out. He's gonna have to wait for him to come
Bart
back.
said, see, I already won. He walked out, dude. Drop the mic.
See you,
All right, see you
Dan.
guys.
See you, Rob. Thank you.
See you guys. Well, that's what I was telling Scott. I was like, man, you rigged this against me, putting me up against Bart.
I believe Bart hasn't got any favor. Actually, you had your samples way before Bart did. Bart only got his samples today.
Oh, I mean, they're still taped shut. So
yep, good.
Yeah.
Go ahead if you want to and break them open and pour them. Are you familiar? You had any questions about the scoring?
No, actually, it was fun watching those guys do it. Actually, this is a cool contest. Nice job.
Right. Good.
Yeah.
So
well,
really,
the only,
so the age, and we may vary this up with the person that advances going into the next round. With the age, whoever is the closest is going to get the point. With the ABV, we're only doing plus or minus 1 percentage point on the ABV for your point there. In the next round, we may alter that up once we get through the Elite 8 here and make that one kind of whoever gets the closest as well. For your cask type, if you nail it on the head, like you say, second fill X bourbon barrel, and it's a second fill X bourbon barrel, you're going to get 1 point. If you say, just bourbon barrel, you're going to get half a point.
Okay.
So as long as you're in that kind of flavor, that spirit profile that was there, we're good to go. Or you.
What if I'm off by like 0.1% ABV? Is that
1.1?
No, I'm just joking.
What if I nail Loch Lomond on the head with a headshot? I want 10 bonus points.
Seriously,
that would be an unbelievable tiebreaker. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the other thing is the extra credit points are our flavor profile and a distillery guess. Those are extra credits in case of a tiebreaker.
Okay.
I have the flavor profiles because you've got so many. I couldn't remember them all.
There's a lot of them, and I've got a shelf full of them. I didn't realize that there were 12 of them. That's crazy.
Yep.
I don't have your shelves, which is just insane every time I see it. It's insane.
All right, go ahead and pour. You can pour all 4 if you want them to get some air. We'll just do one at a time. We'll start with A.
Sure.
Okay.
So start nosing, start tasting.
Hey, Bart.
Yes.
Good luck to you.
Good luck to you. How you doing? I'm probably not gonna. I'm gonna. You're gonna get me. I can feel it. I came home.
Ooh.
The weather's getting crazy, and the streets. There's fear in the streets right now.
I actually recognize this right away, and it's killing. Like, I know the smell now. I just need to think of what this is, but I totally know what this is.
Wow. I'm pouring them all so they breathe a little bit. I think that's going to give me an edge.
All right.
It's going to give me an edge to get them all breathing. Getting them out of the sample bottle.
Everybody that's watching, Bart and Bill have different whiskeys than Rob and Dan had, and they have different whiskeys than the people last night had. Each bracket or each challenge here has had different whiskeys. That way, it's a surprise. Everything was random here.
Oh, I totally know this.
I did not get a chance. I missed since they wanted to bring you in, I missed my introduction to you guys. Bart, you would have been introduced as the guy with the funny hats and the funny shirts that thinks he's funny.
That's about right.
Excellent.
Can we drink this yet or just nosing it?
Drink.
No, go ahead. Nose it and sample it. You bet. Start taking your notes. Again, age, region, ABV, and cask type will be the point. And then the extra credits are the flavor profile and distillery guess.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I totally know this.
No idea. I don't know it.
This is so backwards. Like I want to just start talking about what I'm tasting, but instead I'm just like, no, keep it. Don't say anything. So
you might be right. You might be wrong. Bart wouldn't know. Or maybe you're right.
Scott knows if I even thought I knew what it was, I couldn't find it on my shelf to look. If he'll be like, when we're done, he'll be like, it's on over your right shoulder left, right there. And I'm like, dang it, I knew it was there. That's good. That is good.
It is good. Oh, what is this? All right.
Bill, how's your weather up there? You're in Maryland.
No, Massachusetts.
Sorry.
The other M1.
The M8.
So we keep having sporadic like tiny snowstorms, and then it's practically gone by the time it hits the ground. I was up in New Hampshire last weekend, and there's like, half a foot of snow in some places. It's wild. It's a weird time of year. Like it's 20 or 15 degrees in the morning, and it's like 55, 60 in the afternoon. It's bizarre. Hard to dress for.
Yeah. We've been in the 20s and 30s, and then it was 65 degrees today. And it's like, what the hell?
All right. I think I know what that is.
You think you know.
I know. I'm going to be so wrong. And it's like, but like I've 100% had something from this distillery, possibly even something very close to this, but my watch is telling me I need to relax. So I must be stressed here.
I'm like Dan. I know 100% what this is.
Yeah.
I did tune in just in time to see Go With Your First Instincts.
Oh, yeah. Yep. You do with these. You can talk yourself out of the right answer every time.
Oh, I'm trying to figure out what I want for the barrel here, because the flavor that I'm getting lends itself to one answer, but not. I'm very much in the middle of two different things.
I like multicasting. He wants.
Yeah, it could be.
So he's talking about the multicasting commenting. Oh, Bart the president.
You know, he's still out there in the danger zone.
The ABV is a little tough to nail down. Are you all done, Scott? I don't want to. I mean, sorry, Bart.
Done.
Oh, okay. All right.
Don't let him hurry you, though. Don't let him hurry you, Bill.
No.
This is for $1,000 gift card.
Yeah,
right.
You better watch your pulse rate. I'm gonna kill you.
Plus clout. I mean, the clout's really the important part.
Yeah, you better feel that pulse rate starting to flare, baby.
Do you guys? I don't know if you guys wear smartwatches. Every time I drink, it tells me that my blood pressure is up. I get that physiologically, but it's like clockwork. It's kind of funny.
Look at that. I got nothing.
You got nothing. You can say that again. So.
Look at that. A little shot across the bow.
All right. What distillery do I want to put here? All right. Let me figure out the ABV.
I've learned with SMWS, I can almost never pick the distillery, so I'm picking obscure, baby.
Again, age, region, ABV, and cask type will be your four for points. And then flavor profile and distillery are extra credit points in case of a tie. That's the tiebreakers.
The more of this I drink, I'm starting to consider whether I was right or not.
Hey, Dan won. He did a lot of scratching.
Yeah.
Yeah. Changing his answers. I was like,
Right.
I had that 2 times. I went back and forth.
That's right.
I'm like,
This is a Cavallon, baby. Cavallon.
I think I'm going to change. I think I'm going to change this a little bit.
Scratch it. There you go.
I'm scratching.
Anybody with the term dictionary in their title better be scratching. I don't even know what it means.
So I think I'm good to go. All right. I think I'm good.
All right.
All right.
Bill, we'll start with you then. How old is it?
10 years.
10? Bart.
12.
Close.
Bart, region.
Speyside, baby.
Bill, region.
So I had Speyside and I crossed it off. I think you're being tricky here, and I'm going to go Islay and say this is potentially an unpeated Islay.
Goodness, he thinks it's a Bunnahabit.
I was thinking Bruichladdich, like something similar to the classic Laddie, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Bill, ABV.
52.4.
Ooh, 58. 58.
Bart, cask type.
I went with First Fill X Bourbon Hogshead. This one's big, baby. It's fat.
Bill, cask type.
I actually went second fill bourbon.
Ooh. Hogshead or barrel?
I'm thinking barrel.
I like your guys as being specific. You're getting right in there.
Yeah.
Ex-bourbon barrel?
Ex-bourbon barrel, yep.
All right. Bill, guess on the flavor profile.
Sweet, fruity, and mellow.
Yeah.
Bart.
I'm getting a lot of vanilla, so I went juicy oak and vanilla.
Yeah, I could see that too.
Bart, any guess on distillery?
Yeah, I'm going to pronounce it wrong. Dalvuane.
Dalween?
It's the space side, baby.
Bill, any guess?
I'm making the gamble. I'm going Berclotti.
All right. This is a Tormore.
Ooh.
One that most people wouldn't know. It's 105.34. It's a spicy and sweet.
Oh, that was close.
Footloose and fancy free. 8 years old.
Dang it.
It's a Speyside.
Woo-hoo.
Second fill ex-bourbon barrel.
Yeah.
For the cask type.
Wait, did you say first fill or second fill?
Second fill ex-bourbon barrel.
Nice.
Exactly what you guessed, Bill.
Yep.
Awesome.
66.4%. That's a whopper.
Wow.
Woo.
So,
I was way off on the percent there, but wow.
Hell, 58's way off too. God damn.
What did you go for the ABV, Bart?
58.
Okay. Yeah, I was pretty far off. Wow.
Bill, you get the point for the age.
Mhm.
Bart gets a point for the region.
Mhm.
Bill, you get a point for the second fill ex-bourbon barrel.
Nice.
Bart gets half a point because it was bourbon, but just not a first fill ex-bourbon hogshead. And nobody got any extra credit points on that one. So, Bill, you got 2 points. Bart, you got 1.5.
Nice. Good start, Bart.
Bill, you killed it with that perfect call, man. Woo.
Yeah, that was I didn't think it was first. It didn't have that much. I think the cast strength was kind of override. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like I thought it was less flavor, but whatever, higher proof.
Good call.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a cleanse.
That's a good idea. Yeah. I thought about grabbing crackers, but I usually
I
just
hope you
go
mean
water.
palate and not colon.
Whoa. Got a little cheese here and a little bit of cracker.
Ooh, good idea.
I should have brought something to eat with me over here. I've been drinking whiskey.
I will say I didn't make the rookie mistake. I had a couple of small pours right before I came on.
I did the same thing.
It's funny how long it took me to realize, like even just filming the reviews, like you don't go in blind. You got to do something.
Yeah.
Sample B.
All right.
Triple B. Very nice. We're neck and neck.
I'm curious, is anybody in the chat drinking SMWS tonight?
Oh yeah, quite a few are.
Yeah, I'm sure that they are. Oh, this is interesting too.
So again, whoever wins here will face off against Dan next Friday night in the final four. Thursday night will be Leanne, Scotch on the Bayou, versus Jason, the Mash and Drum. They both won last night.
I'm not surprised that Jason won. He's got a great nose.
He started out behind. He had some catch up to do. So the winner of Jason and Leanne will face the winner of Dan versus one of you two. Bill points to himself. He's confident.
Well, if we stop the competition right now, I'm in good shape.
Bart's as confident as his shirt.
Right. You gotta pull it out. Boy, this one is very different.
Yeah, this is a tougher one to nail down. The only thing I wrote down is the region, and I'm already erasing it.
Stick with your initial.
I probably should.
What'd you X out? You went with Isla on the last one. What was your first guess?
Speyside.
Yeah.
I was just and I should have kept in mind that it wasn't random, but I was trying not to think too much about it, but I was just like, something about this it tastes a lot like the classic Lottie to me. And so I knew it was a gamble. I've got no clue on the age on this one.
I know.
They can be tough just because of that cast strength and the barrel influence that we get on some of these.
For sure. Huh.
Man.
It is so tough not to just talk about what's going on in my head right now.
No.
Just staring.
Well, put it out there. It'll confuse Bart. He doesn't listen to me, so he won't.
No,
that's a fair point.
He'll be right next to me and being like, "Do this." I'm like, I'm purposely going the other way.
Yeah. I might need to talk about this one a little bit after we lock in our guesses.
All right, I'm trying to. You know what? I think it might.
Bart's cheating. He's asking Siri.
No. I've got just a list of the 151 distilleries. Because
good. I felt a little bit. I have a list too, and I was like, I don't know if I'm not going to look at this unless I have to.
You guys can use whatever resources you want because you don't know nothing about these samples. That's all I'm going to say.
Hey Scott, can you tell me everything about this whiskey? You can be my resource. Bart, don't listen.
No, with 150 different distilleries, I pulled up their little. Because I'm like, man, if something hits, and I got a feeling on this one, but I haven't had it in years.
Well, I think you probably pull ahead of me on this one. I'm shooting pretty blind here.
Well, hold on, I got to double check. If I did that, am I even?
Ooh. This is a.
Bill, you asked what people were drinking, and T-Roy he's got quite a list. Well, not quite a list, but he started.
Oh yeah, wow.
He started with Lafroig 10, and then SMWS 3.331, which is a Bowmore, and then he went to Bunnahabhain Toy Teach is how it looks. I'm not sure how it's pronounced.
Toichida.
Yeah, that's one of their peated ones, and then he's on to SMWS 16.56 now.
Mm-hmm. Man, I'm like failing here.
Oh, I can show the ticker. There we go. You're not failing, Bill. You're winning.
You're winning by 0.5. Hold on, wait. No, you're losing. Look at your watch.
All right, let's see. What's the cask type?
That's
where I'm really getting hung up is what the cask type is.
It says give up. That's what the watch
Give up. When life gets hard, give up.
That's right.
Lesson is never try.
That's
Just
right.
go home and go to bed.
That's right. Knuckle under.
Won't be much of a problem after drinking 4 cast strength whiskeys. All right, let's see.
Now that's what Scotch Test Dummies really means right there.
Ivan is just tuning in. He's asking where Dan is at. Dan won. He was in the competition before against Rob Whiskey in the 6. Dan won. He's advancing to the final 4 next Friday night, and he'll face off against either Bart or Bill here, whichever one of these two conquers, becomes the Highlander. There can be only one.
They were right. Highlands can be awful hard to pick.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, for sure.
They trick me all the time.
All right. I'm
not giving anything away, Bart, if you're trying to get me to.
No, that was in reference to Dan and Rob. I mean, they were talking about those Highlands. That was their show. So
I'm still not giving anything away.
Right. Dan said he hates Highlands because it feels like a weekend Isla. And I'm like, I don't hate Highlands. I like them, but sometimes they do come off as just a weak peak to me. So
and there's such a huge range of Highlands as far as, you can get everything from coastal to practically Speyside. So
Yep. So no, I still like Highland, but I got to admit, I love when I can. Hopefully, there's no Highlands coming. I don't believe this is. I'll just tell you that. But I like when I get those heather notes.
Yeah, I'm stuck here. I've got no clue on the distillery, so I'm just gonna write something, and it's
That's the tiebreaker. You're ahead of me anyway. You need to do it.
All right.
Just go none.
So I've got my answers down for what it's worth.
All right, Bart, are you ready?
I am.
All right, Bart, how old is it?
I'm going 12 again. This one was really hard for me. I just went with 12.
Yeah, I went with 10, but for the same reason, like it was either 10 or 12. So
all right, yeah. And region, Bill?
I went Highlands.
That's a good pick. There's a little touch of something there, but I still went Speyside, and it was because I had a little feeling on the distillery, and that's why I wanted to check. Because I'll be honest with you, this is how dumb I was. I thought it feels like a certain distillery, but let me see if that matches up with my guess of a Speyside. It did, but I could still be way wrong.
You know what, though? That's more validation than I had in any of my answers.
Bart, what's your ABV guess?
I had ABV was 57. I feel this one's low again, but I was like, I got tricked last time.
Yeah, I originally wrote 56, but I upped it to 58.6.
Ooh, you went with a point.
I like doing the points. After seeing Dan get burned a little bit, I kind of want to.
If he had won,
he got burned.
He did.
He got
man,
good.
Yeah,
by 0.1.
Yeah.
Cask type, Bill.
I'm thinking a total guess. Second fill hogshead.
Ooh. I get
only because I couldn't place really any of the flavors that I would think in like a first fill bourbon. Anyway, yeah.
I agree 100%. It feels like at least a second fill, but I get a little touch of something. I went second fill Spanish oak.
Nice. I almost went French oak, but then it started getting a little bit more flavor, and I was like, nah, I don't think it's that light.
But you're talking a second fill bourbon hogshead?
Correct, yes.
And Bart, you're talking a second fill ex-bourbon Spanish oak?
I don't think ex-bourbon has.
Or you're thinking like a Spanish oak that's a wine cask?
If I had to guess, I would say it spent some time, like a little bit in a bourbon, but it really then mellowed into Spanish oak. I think it's picking up some Spanish oak wood. So maybe I'm totally wrong.
Are you guessing a double casking?
I will tell you what I wrote down just so you got it clear. I just put second fill Spanish oak. Just leave it at that. I'm sure I probably missed on the bourbon.
Some combination of those words.
Yeah. Yes, I do think it probably had a double, but I think it spent a lot more time in a second fill Spanish oak.
Yeah. Now, were you thinking that, Bart, just based off a little bit of that spice that's coming through?
Yeah, there's a little, and I'm with you. I was thinking this is not, I actually thought there might have been a little bit of something with some bourbon barrel, but I think it landed in that Spanish oak or the French for a while.
Yeah, nice.
Bart, flavor profile.
I went with that sweet, fruity, and mellow, but I suck at the SMWS flavor profile.
Bill?
I went spicy and dry.
Bill, distillery guess.
Again, total guess. Klein Leash.
That's not bad.
Bart?
I don't know why. When I tasted it, I thought Mortlock.
Yeah.
All right.
Interesting. We're very different on this. This will be interesting.
Bart gets an extra credit point. It is a sweet, fruity, and mellow.
Ooh.
Glen Murray was our distillery on this. It's 35.303, a dazzling display. It's a 15-year-old.
Oh, boy.
Cask type is a second fill ex-bourbon
hogshead
barrel. So close. It's a Speyside, 47.9%. This barrel had a lot of leakage or something. The ABV dropped on this one.
I got destroyed on that round.
Yeah, that was Bart said it. The ABV felt lower. Yeah, it is 47.9%, but it's a nice 15-year-old. Yep.
It's funny with typical bottles. I'm usually pretty good at guessing the ABV, but I've found I have zero luck with anything from SMWS. It's almost designed to fool you.
No, yeah, when they do those barrel proofs, man, it is so hard.
Like I actually went higher in the ABV I wrote down because it tasted lower. So
what did you put for your ABV?
I put 58.6.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Well,
I never would have gone in the 40s for that. Wow.
Oh, I
I was
wasn't
shocked.
even close. Yeah, that one's a hard one.
Yeah.
Bart, you gained 2 points on that one, and Bill a half of a point.
Yeah, brutal.
Right. Well, I may need that tiebreaker, though. I may need that.
And you got the tie-breaking point right now. And go ahead and move on to sample C.
All righty. All right, I got to come back.
Yeah, oh yeah, you're coming back. Trust me. Bruno knows I'll flop in the end. I just fall down. It's like the falling down.
What did I just do? You were down.
Ooh.
I didn't calculate that right. Bart was down a half a point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 1.5 is what I had.
Yeah, you should
I think I had 2 and yeah.
That's right.
Oh, this is a interesting taste.
Well, it's an interesting smell.
Huh.
That's what she said.
What the hell is this, Scott? Oh my gosh. I've never had this before, whatever it is.
Dang it. I'm torn
Wow.
between. It's either
Have you ever had anything like this, Bart? I can't place the flavor at all.
Well, maybe. But it's here's what's weird. It's gonna be between two different regions, and the region I'm thinking is probably not. But I'm writing both down, but I will scratch one off. But I wanted to do like what Dan did and preserve what my other thought was.
Yeah.
I haven't tasted it yet. The nose on here is very interesting.
In my mind, there's only one thing this could be.
Really?
But you know.
Wow. It's only one thing it could be. Wow, you're doing.
But you
better.
saw how well I did in that last round, so we'll see.
Well, it's tough. That's good though. What helped me on that last one was when I felt like it was a Mortlock, although that was wrong. That led me to the space side.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right?
That is something.
I wish I'm dying for the day when like 4D TV is a thing, just so people at home can get a sense of what this smells and tastes like.
They tried that in the theaters at one time.
Oh
It
yeah.
didn't work out too well.
No, the smells they all kind of combine.
Yeah,
You
the
get like
smells,
pumpkin
Getting
sewage
clear
with
out.
fish.
Yeah. Yep.
Pumpkin sewage.
With fish.
That's funny. That's good.
60% of the time it works every time.
Okay. Totally.
How's Nordberg doing? Doctors say he's got a 50-50 chance of making it, but there's only a 30% chance of that.
Now here will be the tale. Yes, here's the problem. Wow, boy, if I go with what my region is, the odds are against me.
Wow.
I think we're thinking the same thing there, Bart.
I just poured a little bit of that one. That one's
That's weird, right?
the weird didn't come to mind.
Well, very different. I'll even put that. But I'm looking at the different colored note things, and man, like, which one do I even pick? The only one that comes to mind is the one I would use to describe Bart. It's dark red.
Holy moly.
Bird Dog says, damn, this is the most fun I've had on a Friday night since he turned 60.
Woo! What is he like? 60?
That was just last week though.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Oh, okay.
Man, the flavor. Holy moly.
Huh. Oh, I don't know. I guess what the hell? I
got to put a little water. I got to admit, that might have been one of my weaknesses. Is I need to get a little water in here. This one especially needs to be toned down.
Yeah, I kind of prepped myself for that too, but I haven't guessed the ABV yet, so I'm trying to. I don't know. This one's tough.
This is the problem. SMWS is when you get that cast strength, baby. It's, I think, but I've never The distillery would never, if it's what it is, put it out this way. So I'm probably going to whiff on this, but I'm going to swing hard.
Yeah, I think we'll either both be successful or both fail here, because I'm doing the same. All right, I think. Oh no, I don't have a cask. Yeah. What the hell do I pick?
I'm probably way off, but I am ready, and I'm saying number one for the one that is probably going to make me lose.
All right. All right, I'm all set.
Let's see. Bill, how old is it?
15?
Ooh.
Bart.
I said 13.
Bart,
It's the first time you and I have been flip-flopped. I've always been under. Yeah.
Well, you're probably right. So here's, I'll tell you what I think it is, but the odds are against it. I think it's a lowland, but it's probably a space side again.
Interesting.
So I'm going lowland.
Lowland. Yeah. And Bill, region.
I went Campbelltown.
Ooh. I didn't get the funk, but I know they don't all have the funk.
Yeah, it's just I could not place for the life of me what that was. And I was like, well, Campbelltown.
Yeah, no, you're not. I mean, it definitely could be. I
like your guess of lowland, though. That didn't even occur to me, to be honest.
You're right.
Yep.
ABV, Bill.
56?
Ooh. I thought this one punched up a little higher. I put 62.
Bart, cast type.
I put first fill bourbon barrel.
Bill?
I also did first fill bourbon barrel.
Right. Yeah, I got a lot of vanillas in there.
Yeah. It had some spice going on. Like, it definitely wasn't watered down.
Yes, I agree.
Bill, what's your guess on flavor profile?
I went with the Old and Dignified. I have no faith in that, by the way. I couldn't pick one that I liked.
I couldn't nail it down, but just because of my strong vanilla, I went with the juicy oak and vanilla. Probably wrong.
And distillery guess, Bart?
Glenkinchie came to mind, but they're never this high proof. They're never this strong. But I got a little bit of this creamy, marshmallowy note that reminded me of a Glenkinchie. And I thought, probably wrong, but I'm doing it.
Bill?
I went with Springbank. Just figured. Made sense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is a space side.
Damn. Oh, jeez. Well, it's been nice being on the show, guys.
In our oily and coastal profile, which is an odd one. Not too many end up in this profile. Bart knew this was a whopper, but he's still under at 64.7% ABV.
Yikes.
And this is about Balmenoch. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Balmenoch, Balmenach, 48.131, intriguing, multifaceted.
How many years, baby?
7.
Figures 7. The one that I guess higher than you.
7 years. That's a youngin'. And I mean, it's picked up a lot of cask influence to be in this oily and coastal at 7 years, but we have actually a double cask maturation here. First was an ex-bourbon barrel. Was all we have. Second was a second fill ex-peated barrel. So it'd been put into a barrel that had previously had peated Scotch in it, but was the second time that barrel had been used. And even sitting here right now, I'm not really picking up any peat. There could be, maybe as you analyzed it, really spent some time with it, bring that water, use that water, bring it down a little bit, pick some of that up. But yeah, 48.131, intriguing, multifaceted, 7-year-old Speyside on that.
Man, 7-year-old Speyside is not even close to anything I would have guessed.
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm wondering if that, you said that it was, in the ex-peated barrel. I wonder if that just threw it off for me completely.
That one, I mean, it definitely punches over its age by far. There's no way, I would ever think that was 7. I'd be right in there with you guys, 13 to 15 years old on that one.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mostly double down on Campbelltown only because I've just never tasted that taste before.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Both of you off on the ABV. Bart was definitely closer though, but not within the 1% at 64.7. He guessed 62.
Right.
Bill, you were way low at 56.
Way
You
low,
both
yeah.
get a half a point for the bourbon barrel guesses, and then no extra credit points on that one.
Now, how does the year work again? Is it who's closer? Or
Whoever's closest. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. So you were
Yeah.
closest with 13. You guessed 13.
That's funny. We flip flop there.
I know, figures.
So Bill, you got a half a point on that. Bart, you got a point and a half. So
Oof.
Bill's gonna have to go bold on this last.
Yeah,
one.
for real.
Sid, go ahead and get started on Sam.
I think if anything more, I just need to actually, play smart. The last two I've guessed crazy because I thought it would be,
No,
better.
no. I thought I should have stayed with the space side, but yeah, Lowland Glen Kinchy screamed at me because of the creamy vanilla.
Bart, you're at 5 points. Bill, you're at 3.
Hello, I've had this one before. What is this?
Yeah.
No, blah blah blah.
Whatever. You're just the scorekeeper.
I'm the gatekeeper, and the key master.
Oh, the key master.
Sitting there with your rolled up sleeves. Like a politician pretending to like serve soup at a homeless shelter.
What is that? Dang it.
Wow.
Last sample. This was going to decide right here. Bill is trailing by 2 points. It can be done. Jason started off last night down by 2 points and ended up winning. So,
That's encouraging.
yep.
Although Jason can out blind taste me any day. All right.
The Whiskey Franco was in at the first. He had to step away. He's asking for a brief recap. The first challenge was Rob against Dan. Rob Whiskey in the 6 against Dan, the Bourbon Junkies. Dan prevailed, won in the last round, and moved ahead. He'll move ahead. He's going to face next Friday night the winner of these two right here, Bart and Bill. Bart is leading at this point. We're on our final whiskey of the night. And at this point, Bart has the tiebreaker extra credit point. So you can't tie, Bill. You got to.
What's he need to overtake me?
2 points.
Woo.
Well, 2.5 to overtake you, 2.5 points more than what you get.
Right, because he's got to overtake me because I got the tiebreaker.
Yep.
Unless he were to get a tiebreaker.
Yeah. So Bart, this is definitely a Kentucky straight bourbon.
Go Lowland. Lowland is the way to go.
Yeah, right.
Lowland was a bold guess on that last one.
Oh, I know, and I thought, man, I should go space side.
I would never have guessed Speyside. Like that was the only one that I would have safely excluded.
Woo!
So
Yeah, I think I know this one. Have you tasted it yet?
yes, yep. I think I know it too, but I thought I knew the other ones too.
Woo!
I'm struggling a bit with the age here. It's
Yeah, age is for me. It's very, very difficult with SMWs.
Yeah, completely.
Oh man, yeah, because
Multicasting is asking what's been the highest score. Jason Maschendrum ended up, I think he had 8 or 8.5 points when he won.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that foretells he may go all the way.
I'm pretty sure that was the highest.
Oh, that's real good. Yeah, if he's hitting 8, my God.
Yeah, I mean, regardless whether I win or lose, I'm happy to just have this sample. This is tasty.
This is my favorite for obvious
Yeah,
reasons.
same.
My only question is this could throw for a loop because it could be. I don't think it is, but
I know. Could you imagine if it was?
Mm-hmm.
Bart was thinking again. What did I tell you about that?
I think him and I are on the same page, so I don't know what that says about me.
Yeah, Scott told me to stop it.
You were thinking, what the hell were you using?
Yeah. He usually cuffs me with the back of his hand and is like, "Stop it."
What is the ABV here?
Oh God!
I feel like it's deceptive. Like,
and to be within one, no way. I already heard your fix for that. Your fix for that for round 2 is good.
Yeah, we'll probably do that.
Yeah, that's a
we're
good.
sitting down here, and we went through the brackets last night, and we're giving them the closest on the age range.
Yeah, it's very
good. Closest on ABV as well.
Yeah, because it'd be just as hard to get within one on the year.
But then you'll see like a Bill will go 56, and Bart will be like 56.1.
Right.
Well, yeah. I mean, I see what you're saying. But I'm right.
It could be the other way.
Right.
It could be
right. I write mine down, and there they are. So
I'm good to go. I'm locked in.
I'm in. There's no change in it. I think, I could be thrown for a loop here, but I think I got it.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll be curious to see what you pick for the distillery personally.
Bart, how old is it?
12 years, baby.
Bill?
I went 15.
Region? Bill?
Isla?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, for the region?
Yeah, Isla.
Oh,
Yeah,
Isla. Okay.
I sure hope so, man.
About put down yes.
Well, if it's a Highland, I'll be pissed.
Yes.
Yeah, I get Isla.
Bart, ABV.
Well, 60, and I threw in a 0.5 just as a tip to Bill.
That's funny because I went 60 even.
Oh no. What if it's yeah.
Well, you both could get it if it's within that point. Though.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's true. We're 0.5. What if it's like just
Bill? What's the
Cask
type?
I went first fill bourbon barrel.
Ooh.
Yeah, not a lot of confidence in that one. I just wasn't sure what else to pick.
No, I think you're right on. I went second fill ex bourbon hogshead just because if it's
Wild.
the distillery, I think so. I think they use more hogsheads. I could be wrong.
That's something I didn't consider, but yeah, we'll see if we pick the same distillery.
Yeah, I bet you I got the distiller wrong.
Bart, flavor profile.
Just peated, baby, peated.
Same.
Bill, guess at the distillery.
I went Lafroig.
Oh,
Did you go Lagavulin?
I went Kalila.
You did. Okay.
All right.
I got a lot of the cigar ash kind of stuff going on. That's why I went with Lafroig. So
No, you're right. And it can be kind of anywhere in there. I picked up a little bit more of like a sea breeze, sea salt, and it just harkened with when I first even smelled it. I thought that reminds me of a Kalila. But
yeah, I've only had the Kalila 12, so it's tough. I don't know the range very well.
Roger.
Good thing it was extra points because it is Kalila.
Yep.
Woo!
It's an Isla. It is peated. You both got that. That's the extra credit points.
Got it.
This is a 10-year-old, 53.357, smoke and smear.
Damn it.
Refill ex bourbon hogshead.
Oh, I'm bad at this.
Yep, 56.7%. So you both just slightly high on the ABV. Bart really close with the second fill ex bourbon hogshead, but it's even another one past that. It's a refill, so it's probably a third, maybe a fourth use, which you can tell by the color. I mean, that's if color hasn't been added, that's a second, third, refill barrel, something like that. So real close guess on that. Bart gets a half a point for the second fill ex bourbon hogshead. Bill, you get half a point for the first fill bourbon barrel because it is bourbon.
I know you did this random, but as soon as I sniffed it, I thought, ooh, I'm glad this is D.
Yep, me too. I thought that too. Yeah.
Yep. And then Bart, you get a point for the 12-year guess. It was 10. You're closest there. You got a point for the Isla. You got 2.5 points. Bill, you gained a 1.5. So Bart is the champion.
Nice job, Bart.
Well, that one helped out at the end there. I know it's random, but I got lucky on that one because I love Kalila.
Yeah, well, that's great. I would not have been able to guess Kalila on that last one, just like I said. But yeah, that was great. I really blew it with those middle two, though. I had no clue what I was doing.
No, those were crazy tough.
Yeah, especially that third one. C was wild. What was the name of the distillery for C again? I've never even heard of that one.
Was that the Balmanock?
Balmanock. I'll have to look that up. I don't know that one at all.
I'm sure I'm pronouncing that one correctly.
100%.
All right. Yeah.
Nice.
Congrats. So, Bart, next Friday night, you're going to face off against Dan.
Yes. Now, Whiskey Franco says I got to go test it.
Hey, we don't allow that.
But it's all over there. People even look at that. Mama Mamuka was on there. Woo! I'm going against Dan. You're going to have to really manage us.
Yeah, you're gonna take the whole 2 hours. So.
Yeah. Well, Dan pretty much drank all of his 2-ounce samples tonight of every one. So all you got to do is just outlast him. Slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah, there you go, Bart. Make him talk a lot at the beginning and give it time to settle in.
I'll keep encouraging him to scratch out his first idea.
Nice. Well, I appreciate everybody who's rooting me on despite my utter failure.
That was good.
These are tough. Yeah.
These are tough, man. It really was.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was sure I would go down. I mean, there's no way. These are very, very difficult to puzzle out.
Yeah, you did amazing, though, Bart. You got 7.5 points. That's
Bart,
that's really, really good.
Bart, 50-50, Bart will go the other way. He's either going to outthink himself or he's just going to trust his gut. But you don't know which one you're getting.
Well, when I got in here, I thought I need to just put it down on the paper and just and that way, if I lose, I lose.
Mm-hmm.
So, but no.
Yeah, well, you know what? Realistically, there was only two things I scratched out of all the answers. So I was pretty much committed to what I thought anyway. Just maybe I should have rethought a little bit more.
No, you're good. The only one I felt comfortable on at all was the D. That was the other one's up in the air.
Yeah. So you said the Kalila, what was it? 10 years?
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense because Bart really likes a young Pete. You know, that's always been the case.
That's true.
Yep.
That's true.
Yep. And the Whiskey Franco points out he says Ralphie pronounces it Balmenic. Not Balmenock.
Okay.
Balmenic.
I like Balmanock better.
Yeah.
Sounds better.
All right. So, hey, thanks to both of you guys. Bill, great job. Bart, great job. Again, Bart, next Friday night, you'll face off against Dan from the Bourbon Junkies in the Final Four.
Got it.
And then Thursday night of next week, we'll see Jason, the Mash and Drum, pairing up against Leanne, Scotch on the Bayou.
Got it. All right.
Nice.
Next week.
And again,
Bart, take him down. Go all the way.
$1,000 SMWS gift card on the line to first place and a $250 gift card to second place. So
very nice.
Second place is just the first loser, is what they say.
Thanks, Bill. It was good to see you. That was tough. And thank you for coming on the show with me.
Yeah, that was super fun. Thanks, Bart. And thank you, Scott, for hosting us. This was really fun, actually. I'm definitely in if you ever do it again.
Oh, you bet.
SMWS stuff is just crazy good.
Yep.
Yeah, you should do one of these every outturn.
That's a lot of logistics involved there.
That's all right. What else are you doing?
As we say on the back of every SMWS bottle, Scotch Malt Whiskey Society whiskeys are not for swigging, glugging, or knocking back. Please drink responsibly.
Wow.
Cheers.
I thought it said test it.
Cheers, everybody.